Alright everyone, we might actually be finally, officially, into the final game of this Sunday's Semi-Pro Cup Series. I'm not entirely sure who Dog is. He's definitely not playing for Luccini, as they've been waiting for one of their teammates to come around, but they haven't been able to come around. It's been a long wait, but we are finally here. If you guys are watching on the VOD, you will not understand the wait that has happened tonight, but it has been quite a night as far as pauses go. Niz, are you still awake in here with me, buddy?
What? No, I'm awake.
You're good. All right, awesome.
I'm just messing around, but
10 seconds remaining.
I'm personally starving, so that's like kind of why I've been wanting this to start, is because I've been like, you know what, I really want to go make food.
I just snacked a little bit before the start of all this. But
oh, mistakes were made for me. But
this has been very long. So, like you said, for anyone from the VODs, they don't understand. So we start at 5 o'clock. It's now 12:36 at night. And we're just starting the finals, so we've got a whole, probably another hour ahead of us. So it's
well, we
it's a
will
long
see.
night of
It could be.
casting.
It could be a one-sider. It could not be. Honestly, Luccini has been coming out incredibly strong. I wish it was their full lineup, because I'd be riding the hype train. However, I don't know who Dog is. He is standing in for them, so we'll see how that goes. If they are going to have a remake into AP, and whether or not they will get their final fifth member here. But if they can play as a 4 just as strong as they have been, unfortunately the one player they're missing is Greedy, who is their mid player, obviously. Unless Last Night is actually that player, but I don't think it is. I think Last Night is someone else. But anyways, it's been a whole team that's been functioning well, just not one player. So, I don't know. It's interesting to say. The other side, definitely decently well-known players, but I want to say that, but Luccini is just run house with players who, objectively are better than these players and have more experience in higher profile, higher stakes games than these players. So if Luccini can do anything like they have in the last 2 games, I think they have it in them. I'm personally behind them in this game, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, unfortunately we gotta kind of wait for a very slow draft, as hopefully Luccini's player does come back. But unfortunately, there's not too much to talk about right now with the draft, because no one's picking anything yet.
No, it's definitely progressing relatively slow. Mad Dog definitely taking his time with these earlier picks and bans to decide what he wants to do. I guess the question becomes for Luccini, if Greedy isn't going to be coming back, do they pick the same kind of mids that they've been picking? And do they have a player that can play? Because, to be fair, I think a lot of that game
You mean
goes on.
Justin?
But Justin technically can't play for them. The rules are explicitly against it, so I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Dog is actually Justin, but whatever.
We'll see. We're
We're not the admins. We don't have to.
We don't have to worry about this or stress over it. I'm just going to cut the VODs and go get food after this, no matter what happens. A team will win or a team will lose, and it's on NA Dota's back, and they're back, and it's up to them to make the right decision. So we'll leave it in their hands. But Viper will be the first pick, and the games we've seen them pick a Viper, it's gone really well. They know how to play it. They've played it very well. However, the one thing they haven't played against is a Lycan Rasta. They've played against a Rasta, but they have yet to play against a Lycan. So we'll see how they handle what Lycan brings to the table in split push and carry potential and many other things, but mainly the split push and carry potential.
Yeah, well, the good thing is they picked Viper, and if they decide to put that mid, pretty much anyone can play Viper. Out of mid heroes, that's kind of a very, very standard one. That doesn't really need anything special. Obviously, there's players that are going to be better at playing Viper than others, but yeah, I think it's very basic in how it's played. But
well, yeah, and again, that when we say that, a lot of people will say, oh, then that hero sucks. You shouldn't play him and stuff like that. But no, Viper can be a very strong hero just because he's relatively easy. I think one thing about Dota that you'll probably agree with me is every single hero has different thresholds of how easy they are to start learning, but every single hero has no cap as far as how good you can get with them.
Well, I think I can agree with that to some extent, but I think the heroes do have a cap However, I think you as a player don't have a cap, and there's always more that you can do on the map. And by becoming a better player and being able to do more with the map, you take your same mechanical skill with a hero and just have a bigger impact on the game. And I guess in turn that makes the hero not have a cap. But do you see what I mean? Like
Yeah, no, I definitely get what you're saying. It definitely.
like you can have the tools to do everything with the hero and be able to execute everything that the hero could potentially do, but if you don't have the map sense to be moving around, it's the difference between someone who's really good at knowing how to read the map and ganking and someone who doesn't and they're playing a ganker. You may be able to do mechanically all the same stuff and know in which situations you get which items and all that, but
Ooh.
if you don't know how to read the map and work around, then you're
Right, you're never gonna be able to play the hero at the full potential that hero has.
Yep.
Definitely agree with that. But we do see a Wraith King pick up here, and Wraith King is a great way to deal with heroes such as Viper and Centaur. You can throw him out in the front lines. You can sacrifice him. It's going to be a good deal when you sacrifice him. 9 out of 10 times. Very few times do you see a Centaur Warrunner, or sorry, a Wraith King fighting to his death into poorly, just by virtue of the second life, the slow that comes out. But Jakiro is I really like Jakiro. It is the one big downfall to Jakiro, because we've talked a lot about him today, and something to kind of bring up that we haven't talked about as much is Jakiro is godlike before BKBs. And I really don't know about that clockwork pickup into Jakiro. They'd really want to put some cogs into the, literally speaking, into the fight. But yeah, Jakiro before BKBs, Macro Pyre hurts. Dual Breath hurts. Liquid Fire hurts. And until you get those BKBs, you don't really have a way to stop that damage. And a good Jakiro, it's not like his spells are hard to land. Even Ice Path is relatively easier to land nowadays, since that patch about a year ago where they made it a constantly applied stun.
Yeah, but obviously a hero is going to fall off when BKBs come up, but so do most support heroes. I think what Jakiro does is he has so much strength in the early game, and he has so much versatility in what you can do with him. Not so much moving him around to different roles, but like I said, you can throw him in the off lane with another hero and have like a dual lane off lane thing, and he can be really successful at doing that. We've seen actually earlier today we saw Jakiro run with Viper. I don't think that was Luccini that did that, but we did see that get run. And I mean, you got so much that you can do with it. And we got a Naga.
I don't think we've seen them pick a Naga yet, have we?
No.
So we'll see if they can pull off a Naga. Again, a very hard hero to execute in a lot of ways because of how weak she is going into the mid game and early, or going into the mid game generally speaking, especially with the standard Radiance Rush. I'm not going to leave it, or I'm not going to sit here and say that she will build a Radiance 100%. Luccini Gaming is an unknown team, and there are plenty of other builds that Naga Sirens have done throughout the years, and Diffusal Manta Rush is something that's also relatively common when you go back far enough for Naga Sirens before Radiance was popularized on her. There are different ways to go about playing it, but most likely we will see that Radiance build, or we'll see her played as a support. And honestly, you can talk about this a ton. I know you love Naga support.
Yeah, I was one of those people that did it before it was a thing. I'm kind of the hipster Naga support. But yeah, when Naga was still getting played a ton as a carry, and then she was starting to fade a little bit as a carry, I was pubbing and doing a lot of Naga support, and I was like, this is really good. And you got a lot of negative feedback from people just when you start off a game saying that you're going to play Naga support. But I made it work, and I showed them like, hey, this has potential. And then as it grew in competitive play, it became, oh, now you're playing Naga. You pick Naga, and people are just like, okay, like obviously you're playing support. And then you say carry, and people are like, why would you play it as a carry? Blah blah blah. So Naga, definitely has.
Dota.
Yeah, that's Dota, right? But Naga has potential to play both those roles. Sure, some of those roles come and go with the meta, but I think Naga is very capable of playing both those right now in the current meta. And we did see a Dragon Knight, which is another hero that kind of comes
They
and
want to
goes
end
with
this
the
game
meta.
quickly.
Dragon Knight has always been a good hero. I don't think there's ever
5 seconds.
a time when he wasn't a good hero.
Nope.
Here's the TA.
Tim? Okay, this is going to be a very interesting game, Niz. I think we're going to see the first game today where it's going to be a stomp or a stomp. Honestly, with what the TheToOoO is doing with their lineup, they have decent late game with Dragonite and Lycan. But Naga, Viper, Templar, Centaur strongly outcarry that. If Luccini is able to get a decent, even, like, you know, mid game, they're like even in the game, I think they win. Because DK, I guess Wraith King can carry too, but you know, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Who do you think has it in the mid, late, or mid, middle, and late?
Okay, so early game,
10 seconds remaining.
I think Luccini. Mid game, I think
5 seconds remaining.
TheToOoO, or whatever the name is. And then late game, I think it's definitely TheToOoO. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know. I mean, I definitely think the mid game.
We have
is
to
really
see what they're
strong.
going to do.
I think, I really do think that TheToOoO has to win in the mid game.
Yeah,
I don't think they have a late game option here compared to the other game. Like the other team, they're gonna have to go for a mid game timing.
But why do you say that?
Because honestly, Naga support out carries a Wraith King support. TA, Viper, and Centaur do better than Lycan and DK. Now, if DK and Lycan are far enough ahead, they could win in the late game. But again, that comes down to them doing really well in the mid game. But if they don't win in the mid game, then there's only a risk that Luccini gets their 4 cores online versus the 3 cores. Technically 4 if you count Clockwork, but I think Clockwork is much more of a teamfight initiator, you know, not as much of a carry. But I'll go ahead and let you finish those thoughts after we get this introduction done, as this game is underway, guys. We are into the finals of the Semi-Pro Cup Series Sunday Edition. Winner of this game will walk home with $100. We have Aaliyah Deal, captain of the team, or not the captain, sorry, the carry of the team, picking up the Viper. We have BBBBBBB picking up that Jakiro. We have, I can't remember who this was before, but last night, picking up the support, Naga Siren as their captain. We have Leo7, or TO7, sorry, picking up the off lane, Centaur Warrunner, and finally that leaves Dog in the middle lane as the Templar Assassin.
Alright, on this dire side we have TheToOoO is their team name. And playing the Lycan we have Madog, which is also Dota TheToOoO, I believe. Playing the Clockwork is Yugi. Playing the Wraith King is Anna. We have someone playing the Dragon Knight. I'm not going to repeat that name. We can just call him Slayer96, I guess. And we have Static playing the Shadow Shaman.
We'll just call him DK.
Invisibility.
Sure.
We'll just call him DK. Our stream has a pretty strict policy on shit like that. But that game, or that moment, is past, and this game has begun. The horn has sounded, and no matter what Niz, we're done for the night after this game. And there's going to be $100 in someone's hands to distribute to their teammates.
You don't know that. What if there's a tie?
Oh god, don't. There's no draws in Dota, thank god. Oh my god, imagine a best of 7 series in StarCraft where, like, right now it's like, alright, it's draw number 3 of the first game of this best of 7 in the top lane. Static does have that invis rune. However, it looks like TheToOoO is decently aware of this, at least aware of the potential that he could get picked off. Of course, Static hasn't leveled anything up yet, and equally on the other side, Yugi getting zoned out, hasn't gotten a single ounce of experience yet. Will get his first amount, but it's only 36 because of a deny. And now we have Jakiro coming in from the side, throwing those right clicks with the liquid fire, and that poison attack going to deal quite a bit of damage, zoning him out. DK in the middle lane is doing pretty well against the TA, better than I would have expected so far. But Static in the middle lane, or in the top lane, might go down to TO7 as he's going to take 1 right click, 2 right clicks, and now possibly even 3 for the first blood. And Static leveled up Shock. That's why TO went for that. He knew there was no disable for them to turn that around, and obviously Anna wasn't anywhere in position to assist with that. So first blood goes to the off lane as TO7 is looking to take his team into the victory.
Anna with that sentry placement. Oh,
Oh, another frustrating replay moment, guys. Just gonna draw this out very
yeah.
slowly.
I don't really know why it was placed that high, but it was, and unfortunately, it misses.
Yeah, the general spot is here or here. At least that's what I prefer.
Yeah, I put it basically halfway between where the sentry is and where you do the leftmost circle.
So right about there.
Yeah, there's a little marker I use, but
Yeah.
yeah, let's move on. Yeah, middle lane, TA's doing really well. Off
Now,
to a good
yeah.
start.
Well, the CS is relatively even though, and you know that is something that DK is good at, especially against a hero like TA. And you already noticed that Dragon's Blood helping a lot against Meld, guaranteeing that she's not able to actually eat through all of his armor at all. But TA is going to start to take a major advantage in this lane until Dragon Knight gets level 6 and can gank her with or get kills on her with rotations from his team.
Yeah, you know, I've talked about it before about heroes getting what they need in their lane, and Dragon Knight is really good at doing that. And he doesn't ever not get what he needs, really. He's really good at, even if he's getting completely stomped in the lane, he's still going to get what he needs. Because he just uses his Dragon Breath and just Bottle Crows, and that's it. You can't stop it, kind of idea. So TA doesn't really have a way of shutting him down. But the same token, DK can't shut
in bottom
down.
lane is probably going to get caught out through here. We do have the net followed up by the right clicks. The ice path is there. So the cogs will actually block the Viper, and that should be enough for him to get away. I was going to say the cogs should expire before he's able to escape, but he does get away. Static and Anna are going to go ahead and rotate into this middle lane to go ahead and get an attempt on a kill on this TA, as they do need it. DK starting to fall behind in the CS a little bit. Now 6 behind. Smoke half duration. Actually a little bit past now at a 4th duration left. Wraith King and Static wanting to get this kill. They're going to move in now. Anna posturing forward. Dog playing back well though. Aware of the potential rotation, and now Anna's going to run in. Going to attempt the stun, but no. Fogged by Dog. Great play by him, and that will be Haste Rune going actually to Centaur Warrunner, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him snipe this and potentially go for a turnaround here. Sure, Static has the shocks, or the shackles and the shock, but I don't think it's going to be enough because he should be able to just turn around. We'll go ahead and do that. Looks like DK will come back by, and honestly, maybe now Tio, listening to me, making too big of a mistake, will get picked off. As the rotation was there from the Dragon Knight, and the second stun from Anna was enough to secure that kill.
I don't understand like what he was trying to accomplish. Like, what would he have done? He would have ran in and got a couple clicks, a couple right clicks off. Like,
So just resign and take in the haste and go back to your lane. Get
yeah,
experience.
he wasn't gonna kill Rasta. Go back, get some XP. Your team doesn't need you to win them the game at 4.5 minutes in, as Centaur.
They
They
want
need you
you
to do better middle in the game, and it's important for you just to get a good start and get as much as you can in the lane. You're already not doing as well as Clockwork. Not that a Centaur is going to do as well as Clockwork, but still.
Tio may not be the hero they want, but he's the hero they need. As in top middle lane, I'm actually going to miss a kill as Templar Assassin Dog manning up on DK. Getting that kill, 4 points into refraction plus the meld. Obviously doing a ton of physical damage, and sure, DK has 1 point in his passive, but 1 point is not enough to stop. Plus 80 damage with -2 armor. Tio is actually going to be getting close to his Blink Dagger relatively soon. In bottom lane, Yugi's doing a good job for himself. Honestly, he's doing better than the Radiant offlane, and I think that's mainly because of your point about him making that RaptorZ play. That's why I'm the caster. I was the one going, hey, look at this, man. Look at these kills you can get. Just look how tantalizing they are. But now Yugi is going to get forced back, and that will mean a decent amount of damage could go onto this tower. I believe Liquid Fire should only be level 2, as he just hit level 4. So not going to be able to really chunk away that tower quite yet. But once you get level 5, you can spam it really quickly, actually.
Well, action top.
Yeah, action top. They're going to dive onto Leo, or TO7. I always get that screwed up, as he's actually just going to get completely bursted down. They do have the follow-up stuns, and Luccini now even in the board. Hasn't been the first time they've been like this. Yugi in the bottom does have that invis rune, looking to potentially set something up here. But we'll just go ahead and throw the rocket. And, sorry, go ahead.
Was that just about to end? I didn't.
No,
I didn't
no,
actually look
no,
at the
no, no,
timer.
no,
I
no,
thought he
it
could
was a
have.
full invis. He was
He
just
could have gone for a kill.
he just used it to get back under his tower and flare, and they were not going to try to do anything. And it looks like TO7 going to attempt to TP in, and now the rest of his team is going to, but it's on 4-second time at least. Dog has TP'd in. Net does go out onto Anna, and now Anna is going to get picked off as that net range is ridiculous, and that's a free kill. Middle lane, there's no one there as it looks like DK is in the jungle trying to catch up a little bit as he does pick up the recipe for, or the mats for his power charts. TO taking back over his offlane position with last night.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just read the situation wrong, but Yugi with that invis, I think he actually could have picked off the Naga no problem while she was still under tower. He had the opportunity to, but maybe
She does
his
have
mana
7
didn't allow
base
it.
armor. You can never forget that, to be fair. Oh, middle lane, sorry, we might see DK. Never mind, he will get out safely. Will not die in that engagement.
The other thing I
Oh,
wanna
bottom
point
lane.
out-
Actually, I'm missing something as Aleel Deal is going to get picked off by here by Annie and Yugi. Looks like a TP in from Anna, as well as the hook, cogs, flare, and battery assault, cleaning up that kill. As Yugi does go on the board for himself.
He did do a 2-1-2 build, which is also a little different.
Yeah,
It's,
normally it's 3-1-1 or 1-1-3.
Mhm.
Sometimes 1-3-1, but very rarely. DD will be picked up by Dog as he is there, and looks like Anna is not willing to posture enough to stop that DD pickup. As it might have been his death, and that would have been a big deal. Do squeeze smoke out of Anna by himself. We'll go ahead and pick up wards as well. Looks like they want to attempt another kill into this bottom lane with Yugi. Rocket will come out from Clockwork.
Dire's bottom tower
As Anna's just going to rotate around to the other side here, looking to perform a flanking maneuver, it would seem. Salve going on to Yugi, and actually, they do spot that out and ping it out. Very great play.
Dire's structures
I guess somebody saw that they, he didn't have his own salve, so, how did he get salved? Had to be another hero there, and Viper will get the last hit on that tower with that Nether Toxin, making that quite easy. They will actually rotate Jakiro at the same time, or right after that tower falls, to prevent any diving going on to Tio. But yeah, what do you make of this game so far, Niz? It's a little slower than the other games we've seen out
Yeah,
of
it's
Luccini.
definitely a lot slower. Everyone's just kind of,
Radiant's top
getting
tower
getting what they need right now, and just kind of. There's not too much aggression. Not trying to really stop the other team from doing anything. They're just kind of doing what they need and just kind of getting their getting themselves up off the ground and getting going, because I think in the mid game that's when this game is really going to blow itself wide open, and it's going to come on the back of, well, in about 400 or 500 gold when Centaur is going to be 6 and he's going to get his blink dagger. That's when I think we're going to start seeing a lot of action, because Clockwork did use his hook shot, but
Off cooldown already again.
well, yeah, he used it. They got to kill bottom. Now he's just kind of been
Ooh,
sitting
might be
bottom.
able to get the Naga support. It looks like last night is
that's
actually
true.
baiting this a little bit here in the middle lane. It looks like no trades going on. Dog just farming in the meantime. Haste Rune will be picked up by Yugi in the bottom lane. That is pinged out, obviously, by the Radiant side. Roster wards do go down in this lane. They do throw out the Ice Path to prevent the diving. We'll pull the creep wave back and prevent them from being able to continue to push this, because they will be able to clean up this creep wave under their own safety. But that is a tower. Maybe I'm wrong. Dog is here. Does spot off Yugi's rotation, so they are aware of this. We'll go ahead and burst down Yugi, doing quite a bit of damage. We'll go ahead and watch that at the bottom, the health bar. We do see the Centaur stomp slightly off the mark as it was just going onto the wolves, and it looks like a complete disengage here as Yugi will get away. Dragon Knight will pop that dragon form, immediately go on to that middle tower. And actually, yeah, Centaur did die to the Lycan Wolves. So I did miss that, I apologize, guys. So the only kill coming out of there so far was the Centaur dying to the Lycan Wolves, and of course DK doing a decent amount of damage with that DD to this middle tier 1 tower. They should be able to actually clean up this tower too. As yes, they definitely will be able to. No attempt at the deny, as that would most likely lead to someone's death. Dog gonna continue to go ahead and farm up on this TH, choosing to go the phase drums build. Niz, what's your thought on that? I haven't asked you this before. Phase drums carry build versus blink dagger lane domination, or not, game domination build.
Well, when I was really playing mid, and that was back when like TA was played in the real blink and blow someone up kind of thing. So I'm going to be preferential to that. But I think there's definitely a time and a place for the more carry style build, and I think this is the kind of game for it. You're not going to blink and blow someone up on the enemy team this game at all. So definitely this kind of oriented build is going to be better for this game. But if the other team had like 17 squishies on it, then you know,
Why not?
Blink can get a death set.
Absolutely wreck face. Get a crit right after that. Don't even care. Who needs BKB, right? If you're
Yep.
blowing people up, who needs survivability items? It's one way to play the game for sure, especially if you can pull it off. We do see an illusion getting picked up by TA here. Wolves will spot that out, attempting the deny, but not able to get that deny. So she will get it bottled up, and the game again kind of peters out here. And I kind of think this game's gonna continue to go in Dire's favor if this continues. I mean, the gold graph and experience graph tell me I'm right. And in bottom lane, we might actually be seeing something go on. Last night, taking some damage from Mad Dog, but not too much, as the middle lane tower is starting to be sieged by Dog and Aaliyah Deal.
This could be Centaur's blink if they get this tower mid, and that's when everything's gonna start happening.
Rocket will fly middle, however, and they're going to rotate multiple
There it
heroes.
is.
Meanwhile,
Spot
in the bottom lane, Mad Dog is going to be taking quite a bit of damage. That's the power of Naga, as you have that net that goes through BKB to help deal with that Lycan during his ultimate. Lycan does get picked off in the side lane. And now
Blink
Yugi
time,
rotated.
boys.
Yeah, he is here with that blink dagger, or isn't here, but he has that blink dagger. Hook shot in the middle lane. There is the Viper Strike to follow up, and the Blade Mail on Yugi. So Aladini is taking a lot of damage. Dog also going to get stunned up here in the middle lane. Going to take quite a bit of damage. They have the dust as well. He should just attempt to turn around and fight here, but he doesn't. Does get stunned up, killed out there, and 2 go down for the price of 1. Although they were in 2 different instances. Definitely at the price of one another because of where the heroes were influencing each other. But I think that's more than, fair to say. It's definitely Dire's favorite,
Oh yeah, for sure.
even though they lost Lycan.
But I'm stuck on the idea and the concept that once this Centaur got his blink, things are gonna happen. So I'm eager to see what he can do with it.
We'll keep your eyes on Tio.
Got that. He's gonna. I mean, we've seen him do some good things in the previous games with blinking and initiating. He was picking his timing really, really well. So I'm eager to see what he can do with the Centaur this game. And I think, like I said before, him getting the blink dagger is really going to blow this game wide open, because we're going to start seeing a lot more aggression.
A
'Cause
lot.
Even the Clockwork's been pretty passive.
Yeah, no, and honestly, you don't need a blink on TA when you have Centaur to blink initiate and then throw out the Stampede,
Yeah.
and then you just run in, and it completely eliminates the need for it. However, I believe this is a Radiant Observer ward.
That
No,
was
Dire Observer ward. I
Vision that
lied.
was pinged out
Yes, it
immediately.
was pinged out, and actually, we're gonna get a stun here,
Oh my
or a
goodness.
stun, yeah, pause here.
That's the
from
most
Dragon
puppy
Knight.
pause I've ever seen. I'm sorry. That was the most puppy pause I've ever seen.
No, seriously. Most definitely a puppy pause here, as they are going to be talking over this right now. That was clearly seen by them as it happened over the ward.
That's ridiculous.
Well, we'll see if this Smoke Kink actually does anything here, as Mad Dog is going to get caught out here. He does have that haste ring, so most likely we'll be able to run away. The blink stun in from Tio doing quite a bit of damage. However, the reinitiation from Yugi is going to completely turn this around. And if they would have known, unfortunately the flame coming out of DK, as Luccini loses 2 heroes in that engagement.
It's almost like they had that planned out a little bit ahead of time now.
Yeah, it's almost like they use asset of the game that it's not supposed to be used for.
I don't like
That being said,
stuff.
guys, in your scrims and pubs, just pause at the beginning of the game to talk about the game if you can. It's actually a really good idea, but pauses like that are not cool. Don't do them. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you when you do that, not even your teammates. But anyways, we will continue on into this game, as Roshan does go down over onto the Dire side, and that's going to make a pretty big difference in this game, as they can continue to push down multiple towers at this point. They will actually just start on bottom tower too, while I'm speaking about that. Meanwhile, though, Luccini is going to move into the middle lane. Middle tower, 476 HP. prone to fall relatively soon, as well as their top tower. Both of their T1s are low HP, so they have defended them, but they haven't stopped them from taking damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And actually, this tower might go down before the rotations come out. Wraith King is going to be there. Might TP in here. Or not. Of course he's going to TP in. He's here, guys. But no. Is he going to blink forward? No blink in his inventory is what I wanted to say. Meanwhile, Yugi is going to get that bottom tower with the wards dropped by Static. Static is going to be foregoing on that blink, going straight into the Ags. 5 heroes are here for Luccini. So a big fight is probably about to break out. We might be seeing Naga start this fight with a song so they can set it up. And there, oh no, she canceled it. And actually, yeah, Invis behind. This could be a pretty big deal as the hook comes in on a ToOoO, preventing the counter initiation. But the song from Naga Siren prevents all of that work from Yugi. And they will just go ahead and back up and set up here as the Blade Mail is popped. Mad Dog is popping the ultimate, and now the Stampede from Centaur as they want to turn and change this fight. Looks like Ana is going to go down first, but he has that Aegis. Never mind Viper. First one to fall. Dog is going to turn around and attempt to focus Ana, but Ana is just going to, of course, respawn here with that Aegis. And now TA is down. BBBBB taking quite a big risk here as he's getting chased down, and will be another consolation prize for TheToOoO as they go ahead and clean up 3 kills and will push this tower.
Yeah, I'm actually... I can't believe how these fights are going right now. Like that was actually well, we could see with our all-seeing eye, being able to see that Yugi was coming in behind and that was going to be big. But then the sleep came and disengaged everything, and then well, it still went Dire favored. So I mean, we expected them to push and take some towers, and you even said that they needed to win in the middle game, but they're taking a lot more than I expected. At this point in the game, they've got a Clockwork who's gigantic. You know, Clockwork with 42 CS is.
They want to change this. Actually, Yugi's going to go ahead and reveal the smoke here. Yugi does actually fog it as well, so unfortunately the smoke is used, and now Yugi not going to fog it anymore. 4 steps over the ravine. Very clutch play by him, and unfortunately ToOoO not going to take the leap of faith over to chase that. BBB wants to continue the chase. They have the trap down as well as the stun, and now the hook hits his teammate, does get out. Clutch play by him, will survive to see another day for now. As 11-4 is the scoreboard, as TheToOoO is looking to take this game in decently dominating fashion. And if we go to the golden experience graphs, it doesn't feel like it because it's been a very slow-paced game, but they've just been grinding out a lead and then compounding it with good play as far as these fights go. And now the stun onto Allele Deal. Will they be able to turn this into a big fight as the War Trap goes on to Allele Deal? Static taking quite a bit of damage from that Viper Strike as well as the Macro Pyro that's really well placed. However, that War Trap is enough to clean up Allele Deal as they do also get the deny on this tower. The question is, will they continue to push off of this as they do have the Aegis still? There are 2 towers actually, T2s up, that are free to take, and I think it's a very good decision for them to go ahead and move up and take those towers.
Yeah, it's weird. As we saw in the early game, Luccini was actually doing a good job just kind of outplaying, getting advantage in the lanes, but now they just seem like they're kind of all on a different page.
Well, it might have to do with the stand-in, to be completely fair. I think that, you know, the level of synergy, you know this playing on a team, most people who have, if you play it on a team, there's comfort, and a lot of comfort actually, or just skill and an understanding and experience that comes with playing with the same people. Knowing how they exactly react to things and stuff like that, and their personalities. Well, that being said, Yugi is going to take a hook from downtown, pops the Blade Mail, but maybe he's a little far isolated out here. Meanwhile, the top tower is traded by Dog. Bottom tower does go down. Yugi's still alive, going to tick down. Aegis does pop for him. The Stampede is used by Centaur. 5 heroes up for the Radiant side as they do want to continue to push here. Wards are up at 35, but Dog and BBB are attempting some split push here on the other side of the map. They will go ahead and finally TP back. Not yet is BBB, as he's going to throw out that liquid fire and continue to chip away at this top tower for a while, I think. No, he will just go ahead and TP away as he does force the TP from Lycan into that top lane, which will stop the high ground siege, and which means this game goes on for another moment, and TA has a chance to farm back into this.
That was a crazy play by Yugi. Obviously he had the Aegis. Maybe it was about to expire. I don't know how to read this stupid Roche thing, but...
No, it was not about to expire. It was
that was
a minute away.
Crazy.
A little bit over eager from him, maybe, and, you know, that's the kind of plays that might turn this game around.
I could understand if maybe he was doing it to make sure that they couldn't contest.
Oh, actually,
it would be a free
speaking
tower,
of him,
but,
he is going to get spotted out by a ward
easy.
picking up that illusion rune. Another ward is going to spot out his rotation as well as Mad Dog, and they're all smoked up over here. They're going to throw the Ice Pass as well. The Blink Stomp dealing quite a bit of damage. Yugi hasn't yet been able to use his Blade Mail. He does get netted, does throw up the Cogs as well in that level 1 camp. But meanwhile, on the other side, Mad Dog going to get Viper Strike. Does pop Shapeshift, so he will be able to run away uninvaded from that. And now the reinitiation onto a Lethal Deal from Yugi. Again, he still is yet to use that Blade Mail, has access to a BBB, taking quite a bit of damage in the background. Hexed up, does get shackled as well. And now the reinitiation song is there. But the right click from that Necronomicon Archer does clean this up. Dog going to TP out here as well as last night. Last night able to successfully TP out. But Anna on the other side going on to a Lethal Deal. Lethal Deal does get out though with that Stampede from Centaur Warrunner. At the back of the fight, maybe not, as Anna blinks forward. Stop though from TO7. Might just save his teammate, as there is also the Corrosive Skin to slow up Anna's pursuit. And also now Dog coming in with that meld is going to be able to get the kill. There wasn't any mana, so Wraith King did not have Aegis. And now we'll see if they can actually maybe take Raxor back up here. I don't know, Niz. The gold graph is continuing to peter, or continuing to go down relatively, I guess, evenly. I guess you could pretty much draw a pretty even line there. Yeah, consistently. There we go. But hook from Yugi misses. Do you think that they're getting enough right now? As Dog should. No, Dog might not get away here, as they do have the Dust as well as the Hex. Dog will get picked off here now. And that will be in their kill. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Dog going to dodge through the trees very well. Great job. And it looks like a little bit of misplay is coming out of the Dire side, as they're all over each other instead of all over this TA. And it looks like the reinitiation is going to believe it. Ali D, his deal is going to get immediately ward trapped and bursted down. And now Dog is in the trees all alone again. And he's going to try to TP out. Does get stunned up by that battery assault. It's going to turn and try to fight here, but taking too much damage. Does get cleaned up. 3 kills for none. And Niz, I guess my question is maybe a little easier to answer now, but...
Well, I mean, they're definitely getting way ahead. And I think they're more than enough.
Is it enough? Okay. Is it enough is, I guess, the question.
You look at the... Before, obviously we saw Anna die over here, right? Right before that, you had a position 4 Wraith King right-clicking a Viper and forcing Viper to run away. And that Viper was the safe lane farmer for Luccini. You have a position 4 Wraith King scaring Viper away? And threatening killing?
Yeah.
Like, you're just way behind when that stuff's happening. Wraith King doesn't even really have anything, but, like, Viper doesn't really have anything either. He's got a mech. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have anything. It's not like something's coming online soon.
Yeah.
Right? So Luccini's, they're in big trouble.
Last game it was an Ags in 18 minutes, if I remember correctly. The last time he played Viper.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely way far behind in that respect. He's trying to build into a drums now. So we'll try to get back up online here. But yeah, do you think there is a light at the end of the tunnel for Luccini, or do you think it's just a train this game, unfortunately?
I mean, I think there definitely is the potential to have a light at the end of the tunnel. I think it's just very, very far away. And they somehow have to get there, and they've lost all their tier 3 towers already. They've only gotten only destroyed all the tier 1s of the 2, but I mean, I don't see them even being able to push out far enough to get a tier 2. So they're not going to get it on the back of tower gold. They have to somehow start winning fights. And when you're 15k behind, that's not easy.
Very well put.
You know, we saw in the game that they played against Swag, where Swag was able to defend with basically down 15k, defending uphill. Mind you, they had,
different lineup, but
they have a very strong team fight. Heroes.
It's really going to begin now. So they are going to set up 4 heroes in the middle lane. We'll see if they can defend, and this is kind of the make or break point of the game. 4 heroes in that middle lane for the second time. Mad Dog, DK, Static, and of course sitting in the back right now is Yugi, ready to counter initiate. This tower already taking a ton of damage. DK still has access to that ult. We'll go ahead and pop it, and that poison damage will start to tick down that tower. Now they're going to go ahead and throw down the Serpent Wards. Yugi is going to hook in and get onto Last Night. Last Night trying to get off that song, trying to get off the split image. Can't get anything. The stun is there, cleaning him up. Naga Siren will fall. They're reinitiating on to double stomp, triple stomp, dealing quite a bit of damage, but Tio is just going to get turned on, and now a Lethal Deal. 2 are down. Probably make it 3 in just a second as Mad Dog is continuing to chase forward. However, they'll go ahead and change their mind. But with the death of Anna, I wouldn't be surprised to see them turn around. Maybe they just continue to take buildings here. as they had multiple summons up with the Necro and the Wolves dealing quite a bit. Dog trying to stop up this push, but there is a lot coming out. Now DK going to get in position as well. The top rack's taking a lot of damage. Middle rack's already down, and this game looking like it's going to be a relatively one-sided game in the end, with unfortunately no story for Luccini for them to come out of this ahead or with the $100 as 2 racks, or actually only 1 rack's fall, but 26 minutes into the game, it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, the hero trade there was 2 for 2, but that didn't feel even close to me. You know, they just kind of steamrolled through. Yeah, we lost 2 heroes, whatever. We got racks. Let's move on to the next tier 3. And then they destroyed that tier 3. They didn't get another set of racks, but they back. They didn't lose any other heroes, so now they can just do it again. Like, what's the harm in them doing it again?
Yeah, and they're already drawing it out. You can see Mad Dog saying, "Guys, let's win this
like
game."
The artist there, Mad Dog is.
He can draw straight lines relatively well. It took him about 6 attempts to get 1 line in the lane, but he did get it.
Don't get me started with drawing straight lines. When I was playing with Infernal Donglords, Goofy and Crane and Indie Bear, they were insistent on always trying to see who could draw the straightest lines on the minimap. It was like the thing that they did.
Was that pretty straight compared to them?
Every game.
No,
well, yeah. No, they actually mean like perfectly straight. So
they
at the
pull
start
up
of the
a
game,
ruler.
when I was like trying to ping out where we should place wards and everything, and I had to hold these straight lines all over the minimap. But yeah,
well, it's better than dick butt spam coming out of bacon.
I guess.
That being said, guys, we might be looking at the end of the finals here. It's been a long night. It's been an almost 8.5 hour cast for us. Yeah, almost an 8.5 hour cast for us. So what a day it has been, and we're looking like we're at the precipice of the end, as the TheToOoO sets up to go high ground and into this game. Hook in on an illusion. Unfortunately for Yugi, he is aware of that based on the damage done to the illusions, but DK doesn't care. Now the initiation is going to come in. Song to get in position, but do they have enough here? They've already used the Stampede. The BKBs are pop. BBB taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to be the first to fall. Second is Rasta on the other side. Mad Dog is going to get stunned up by TO7. Dog trying to fight here with that BKB, but the Rax is already down. Mad Dog is going to get netted up. However, Last Night is going to get picked off in the background, and meanwhile, even farther in the back, the Viper is getting soloed up by a support. More to your point is about how far behind this game is kind of for them. And now we see 3 down for the price of 1. DK might go down as Dog is trying to fight, but what does Lycan do? Immediately goes to the other side of the map, and we're going to see the GG called out as TheToOoO is going to go ahead and take this game. And that was the finals. Yes, it is best of 1. Unfortunately, the language barrier making this game take forever. The pauses making this game take forever. And everything in the end delaying this. But guys, thank you so much for all of you who stayed around to the end. Before I do the plugs and the final thank yous, Niz, is there anything you want to say?
No, I mean, it was a really long cast. Thanks to everyone who was watching. There was some people that even stayed through the 30+ minute pause game. So shout out to them. Shout out to everyone in the chat. That was great. We had a chat scrolling for quite a while there. We had a good number of viewers, and we got to see some really good games today. Even the 30-minute pause game was actually one of the best.
It was probably the best game, yeah.
Probably the best game tonight when it finally got underway. This last game was actually a little slow, but maybe that was just the fact that I'm really tired. But yeah, it was still enjoyable. We got to see this team Luccini, which I'd never heard of. You've never heard of. And they managed to go all the way to the finals, and we caught 3 of their games, so that was really exciting. Once again, another unknown team that's kind of risen through the ranks, I guess, in this tournament. So we look to see them in future tournaments, because that was really fun. They did some good stuff. But yeah, go ahead.
All right, well, thank you guys again so much. I appreciate it, sticking through to the end. If you guys enjoyed this cast, you can follow my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/TheToOoO. If you're watching, it's just below you. Click that button. If you enjoyed watching any of this cast or have watched it somewhere and would want to watch more of our VODs, you can go to YouTube/TheToOoO to catch all of the VODs. And please follow Niz on his Twitter at NizCast, where he will keep you updated with all the games that we are casting and he's casting. And that pretty much does it for us, guys. I am extremely tired, and I'm sure you guys are too, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and kick it to the waiting screen and end the stream. Thank you, guys, and have a great evening, and enjoy your week. And we will see you on Thursday at 7 p.m. for the Thursday Semi-Pro Cup Series.